will be doing a percussive strum on our ukulele. And for that, we will be exploring the different parts of the ukulele and where we can get specific sounds and how to use our hands. And actually, in preparation for that, if you can please take any rings off of your strumming hand, because rings tend to hit a little too hard and the sound may not be something that you like. Now, if your rings are like silicone or plastic, then it might not be that harsh of a sound and you may enjoy the sound. But since I've got silver on today, then I'm gonna move that aside. And so now with your thumb, I would like for you to open your hand and place your hand near the bottom of this part of your ukulele and see if you can hit with the side of your thumb. Let me do a little X marks the spot for where to hit with the thumb. So again, this is the strumming hand. And by the way, Kit Kat has just joined us in the back. She loves to be here for the lives. Not sure why. Okay, so you can see my thumb. I've marked the part where I'm going to be hitting. And go ahead and place that thumb on the middle of your bridge and saddle between strings C and E for ukuleles. Maria, hi! And for guitars, it's between strings 3 and 4. Doesn't mean it has to be perfectly there. I'm being precise with the location just so that you know where I'm hitting. Now I'd like for you to do 2 things. Try to hit with your hand off of the instrument and then try to hit with your hand on the instrument and see if there's a sound difference that you notice. Now let's talk about a drummer on a drum set. A drummer on a drum set is using the right hand, and let's imitate it actually. The right hand on your left shoulder, that's going to imitate the hi-hat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And the left hand hits the snare on beats 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the bass drum, which is usually played by the right foot, hits on 1 and 3. So I'm going to bring my foot up here so we can see. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and boom, ka, boom, ka, boom, ka, boom, boom, ka. If you want, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. But the snare is always happening on 2, 4, 2, 4. The bass is always happening on 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now to start juggling, and you don't need to do this to be able to strum, but just for fun, if you wanted to try it, you know how like the bass hits on 1 and 3, the snare hits on 2 and 4. Try adding the hi-hat on all of them. So right and left, right foot, right hand together, both hands. Right side, hands. Right side, hands. Right side, hands. And once you've done it, you can do it with this better speed. And those of you who are ambidextrous enough, hi Linda, you might be able to do the 8th note. Boom, cat, boom, cat. But we don't need that. What we need to know for the strumming of percussive is when is the bass happening, when is the snare happening. Meaning, when's our boom, when's our cat, or boom, boom. Because that's what we're going to be imitating with our ukulele. The hi-hat part, that's going to be a strum. Okay, so quick little quiz time. Please tell me in the comments or just say it out loud to yourself. When on which beats does the bass drum, the lowest one, hit? That's the one that I would be hitting with my foot. On which beats does the bass drum happen? And go ahead and let me know. And I'll wait for some answers in the comments. And while you answer, also please hit the like button because this is going to help the video reach more people. And the goal of this channel is to show everyone that they can be a musician if they have the right support system. And this is one of those support systems, you know, having a class or lessons like this channel, and having the really sweet community surrounding them. That helps a lot too, having good friends. And speaking of having good friends, we're all going to be meeting up, or well, those of us who can, will be meeting up at the Los Angeles Ukulele Festival, September 21st and 22nd, I believe. It's a Saturday. September 21st. I remember that now because of the song September. Do you remember 21st night? That's the day we're meeting. So if you can make it out to Los Angeles and want to hang out with us, come to the LAU Fest. Karen just shared a link in the chat and I'll make sure and add it on the description box for the replay. Okay, so 1 and 3 is when our bass happens. Now look at your ukulele. Hi, Mate. And please look at the chunkiest part, the chubbiest part, the thickest part, the hippiest part, the widest hip part of your instrument. Maybe you're playing guitar. Maybe you have what I have, a tiny tenor. Where is that widest part of your instrument? Now think about the bass drum. It's all wide, right? It's all around, and that you'd be thick. But with guitars and ukuleles, especially those figure 8 ones, you have a significantly thicker portion. That thicker portion is going to give you the lowest sound. So for me, it's going to be down here, and that's why I had you learn that first, giving me that bass. Now, once it's put together, this is what we're aiming for. Okay, I'm adding it here just so you know where we're going. So 1, 1. Now for beats 2, we have people who play all different types of ways. So it is important to experiment. I'll give you the way that I do it. Try it out. And if you choose something else, let us know what it is. I keep the same spot on my thumb for both here and here. I heard my daughter screaming, but I think they're joyful screams. So then I go to the smallest part of the instrument. For my figure 8 instruments, maybe it'll be around here. But for me, because I've got this tiny tenor, I'm going to be doing that here. So let's do beats 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And Len says Boris did something similar recently. Boris is the king of percussion. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, take a little break. If your finger hurts, that's normal. That can happen with percussive. Let me know if you got beats 1, 2, 3, and 4 by adding a happy face on the chat or some green emojis. It can be a broccoli, it can be a heart. Priyanka, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's add some yellow emojis as a thank you to Priyanka for the super chat. Thank you so much. Boris is the king of percussion. Yes, he is. He's the king of like so much. Like he's so good at composing, arranging, teaching. He is really, really an incredible teacher. Okay. Alrighty. Excuse the messy hair here. We were up really late last night, so I did not get a chance to do my hair. Okay, awesome. So you've got the boom and your cap. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Blake, hi. 3 and 4 and. Next, I would like you to try it while saying, hi, Emery. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Make sure you're saying that, because if the mouth can say it, the hand will do it. I don't know why this happens, but if your mouth can say it, your hand can do it. Can do it. I am so congested this morning, so if I sound a little bit off, that's what it is. I've got a big glass of water though. I'm hoping this helps. So take about a minute or two of just doing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and training your mouth to say it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and take a minute. Okay, take a minute. Go ahead and do that. And by the way, earlier this month, I released an Instagram growth guidebook, and I had got it printed so that you all could see what it looks like when you download the PDF. It's for anyone who's looking to grow their audience on Instagram. I put everything that I know into this book because the principles are pretty simple. It's just about following it consistently. And so I have 4 different sections in the book. Well, 3 really that are action-based, which is like how to set up your profile picture, your username, and your bio so that you have SEO, which is search engine optimization. Your posting strategy, like how to audit your posts, plan future posts, and create a sustainable schedule. To me, sustainability is key. And then how to boost yourself with the rules of the algorithm on Instagram. So comment strategy, stories strategy, and caption strategy. The last little section was more of like the lessons I've learned from collaborations, little hacks that work. And this is like seriously, like if you take anything away from the book as you read the different sections, it's this. That long-term consistency is more important than short-term intensity. That applies to us learning an instrument too, for sure. And so I go through every section and I try to make it as easy of a read as possible so that it's all digestible. You can sit and do it in one day. So yeah, it's linked in the chat. I'll make sure and link it down below. It's just $10 to download the PDF. $10. I wanted to make it accessible for everyone. So yeah, all right, commercial break over. Let's try A minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Ready? Go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If your strings are ringing, that's normal. If your hand is going way out here, keep it close because you're going to be strumming soon. Okay, let's add our first strum. 1 and 2. Bass, drum, slap. Bass, drum, snare. Okay, go ahead and try that. Bass, drum, snare. Bass, drum, snare. Bass, drum, snare. Keep breathing too. Bass, drum, snare. Bass, drum, snare. Bass, drum, snare. So right now you have 1 and 2, 3 and 4. That's almost everything, right? 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Let's put it all together. Ready? Go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Fan strum. I'm not doing a fan strum Might sound like it because it's the tiny tenor. But if you want to fan strum where you open your hand as you're strumming, try and get the strings to touch every finger. You can do that. Nice to see you here, though, Maris. Let's try it again. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so we only have one thing missing. We have the 1 and 2. That next and we don't have anything yet, so let's add a strum there. Meaning it's going to be bass, strum, snare, strum. Let's do just that bit first. Ready? Go. Bass, strum, snare, strum. 1, 2, again. Go. Bass, strum, snare, strum. 1, 2, again. Go. Snare, strum. 2 more times. Go. And last week we talked about left hand muting. I am playing an A minor, and in between these I am left hand muting as I'm starting over. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and. Okay, let's loop it. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Take a minute to try it by yourself, and then we'll do it together. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so now, as that helps increase the reach of this video and this channel. I think this channel is pretty close to 600,000 subscribers. I'm seeing quite a bit of growth now that there's more guitar content being published here. So if you're a guitarist, let me know so that I can know how many of the new watchers are guitar players. Let me see, what are we at? Yeah, we're at 588,000 people. All right, let's try it together. We'll do one and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, I see some guitarists. I see Julia says meow. Unicorn Ninja's a guitar player. Oh, nice. Okay, I'll grab a guitar in a second. Okay, I got a gift. I got a gift guitar, but I am going to, Anne-Marie says I'm going to clean it up some because it's a vintage guitar, and then I'll share it in the channel. But it came all the way from Australia. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2, Kiara. 3 and 4 and. Now, I said there were other ways to do the snare part. I've seen some people flick. That sounds a little too strong for my taste, but if you like it, try it. And I'm scared of missing. And I'm hitting up here, closer to my face. Oh, we have another person from Austria. Hi. But if you like it better, you can hit on the bottom side. Because most instruments are symmetrical. And by the way, this instrument is available for sale on the website. This is a tiny tenor. Made in collaboration between Daniel Ho, 6-time Grammy Award winner, my mom's here, and Pepe Romero Jr. Thank you, Ma. And it comes with, this is my used humidifier, but it comes with a humidifier. You will get a new one in a box. And I had one on my desk, but it's sold. And this, I don't even want to call it a gig bag. It's like between a gig bag and a case. I think they call it a hard shell soft gig bag or something like this. It's very structured. It's not like the standard gig bags. So this comes with it as well. So if you're interested, check out ukulandia.com. Okay. Now, hopefully you're feeling like you can do this now. Yes, my mom still makes lace. Soft case, I guess, yeah. So once you've got that, try and use it with a chord progression that you like. It can be like C, A minor, F, and G7, like for Stand By Me. It sounds pretty cool. Are you on summer break? G7. So that's how you add it to something like you start school Wednesday, like Stand By Me. By the way, if you're newer or it's been a while since you introduced yourself, introduce yourself. You can use your screen name or your real name, and let us know what your profession is or was. And I'm saying was because I know we have a lot of retired people who are picking up an instrument. This Stand By Me, I think the arrangement that I'm trying to remember was done by Vasco from the Ukulele Cheats channel. So check out his channel. I know he has a cool arrangement for it. I'm remembering that we taught it in, was it Berlin? London? London. I think London. I can't remember where we taught it, but it was out there. Commercial hazmat driver. I see Bo is here. Hi. Bo, when am I seeing you again? Strum in the Desert, February or LA Uke Fest? Hi, Paul. Now, the Maris asked for guitar, so let me bring a guitar over. Gotta lift these. Paralegal. Second year music student? What? That's cool. Oh yeah, your second year. It's hard not to hit the E string on the guitar. Okay, so for the guitar, I am gonna play same spot here. I'm trying to raise it up. There we go. But I might strum under the sound hole to make it in, or right at the sound hole and under. By the way, if your instrument's out of tune, the percussive will show you. You just hear the waves sound a little better. Did you try hitting the 6th string for the snare? Oh, that's cool. Where did you learn that, Sayara? That's cool. Yvette says looking forward to the alley fest. Because if you turn a snare upside down, well, you work for Jamesville, so I think you probably heard it on a podcast or saw it on a lesson. But if you turn around a snare drum, the chains under touch. Teacher challenge. The chains touch the snare. And so if you hit that string, it's gonna imitate the chains hitting the drum head. So that's really cool. You know what, Sayara? You're so experimental. I wouldn't put it past you to be the one to discover this. Need to take workshops with Sayara, because she is freaking talented. Your Coldplay performance lives rent free in my head. Okay, so tickets were sold out for Friday. I wasn't able to get a ticket. Oh, that's right. I think there's still tickets for Sunday though, right? Okay, last bit. If you are willing to add another little bit. So we have the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and we've got that all. If you want to play with that, go for it. It already works. But if you can add the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that little and is a strum down up. Down up. So I'm gonna go back to the A minor. 1 and Carl May retired, new patron, but was a long time ago too. Beginning guitar and let the ukulele gather dust. I'm afraid need to dust it off. Also, I used to be a drummer, so I'm enjoying this a lot. Drummers are the best drummers. You guys, like, your hands, your brain just knows how to split itself to do and juggle. So you can do bass down up and then a snare. The snare doesn't hit quite the same as it does with the guitar, Sayara. No hablo inglés. Estamos tratando de recrear los sonidos que hace la batería. Entonces, la verdad no me sé los nombres de los tambores de la batería en español. Pero el grande que se toca con el pie, lo tocas aquí. Y el snare, no sé cómo se dice en español, pero ese es acá. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Y entre medio de esos estamos agregando un rasgueo. 1 y 2 y 3 y 4. Y 1 y 2 y 3 y 4. Okay? So now try and add the and. 1 and 2. Just do that. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And if you are just adding it there and doing everything else the same, meaning 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, and that's fine. If you only add it in one place, that's totally cool. So go ahead, take a minute to try it. I'm like playing and not giving you silence and room to play. So let me see if there are anybody else who introduced themselves. So Carl said he's a Patreon member. So if you're watching this and you're not yet a Patreon member, join us on Patreon. I provide all my printables and PDFs And I do teach lessons on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and my Patreon members can either attend live with their Zoom camera on or off, or they can watch the replay to those lessons. And those lessons, I go really in depth into either a song or a musical idea or answering questions. And pretty soon we're gonna do can't remember on the calendar, maybe it's next month, but we're gonna do an open mic and this show and tell. So open mic are for the people who like to perform, and show and tell are for those of you who do wish you could talk, but maybe you're not a performer. Alex says, hola, hola, yo estoy estudiando ukulele en francés en otro canal. Ah, Alexis, hi. Okay, so this is your homework for today, and if you need to write it down, please write it down. It's to put everything together with the bass, down, up, snare, down, up, bass, down, up, snare, down. And that can be your practice that you practice every day for a month. Just bass, down, up, snare, down, up. And then experiment with different parts of your ukulele to see where you like the sound. You know, like Sayara said, hit that fourth string or that sixth string from the guitar, you might like that. At Husky, MA says, this is awesome, thank you. Thank you, that's so sweet. I thought the show and tell was a support group for ukulele acquisition syndromers. Yes, really looking forward to your training classes. Yay! Thank you, Karen. August 28 and 29, we're going to have open mic night one day for those of you who like performing. And on the 29th, show and tell for those of you who want to show an ukulele or show something that you've learned or talk about it. It's really just free range. You've got the mic. Okay, so let's try and put it all together. At a super slow speed, it'll be 1 and 2 and. Okay, here we go now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, breathe. If you fall off the train, get ready with the bass to jump back in, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, ready, breathe. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, 1, 2, you can do it. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now for those of you who are welcoming the challenge to do that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and let me know. But if you're able to do the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, pause and let me know in the chat. If you're watching on the replay, let me know on the replay. I'm so curious to hear how you're doing. And if there's a specific beat that you're struggling with, Jesus, at that time already, where did the year go? I know, it's going by so fast. So I am going to be recording, well, the plan is, there's a saying in Spanish, you make plans and God undoes them, meaning like the will of God can take you in a different way. The plan is to start recording the September challenge next week. Now, because the community is growing in the direction of ukulele and baritone and guitar, I'll give you a progression right now, Michelle. This year's challenge is going to be a music challenge. Arnie, hi! This year's challenge is going to be a music challenge. Like, imagine that you took just a class that taught you everything about music that maybe you didn't know where it came from or what it means. Like day 1 is just the musical alphabet, because you got to start somewhere to build words, right? And phrases and sentences and paragraphs in English class or in any language class. So in music class, you're gonna learn the musical alphabet, and then you're gonna learn sharps, flats, circle of fifths. So those of you who are in the Patreon class, you got the more in-depth class because we dived into these concepts for 1 hour each. For YouTube, I'm just gonna make it like 5 minutes, just a really short class. Very easy to digest, very easy to watch and rewatch. So yeah, I've got the first half in order already. And one of the best musicians in the world, who happens to be my guitar teacher, is helping me with the planning of this. So we make our own plans, but God has the last word. Proverbs 16:1. Thank you, Alexis. There it is. Yeah. So the plan is next week to start recording this, and the hope is that from getting that general music class, that whenever you hear musicians talk about the eighth note or bar one or bar two, or oh yeah, we got this with that in the bass, like that, all of that language will make sense to you, because oftentimes it doesn't make sense and it feels like there's this barrier, like you can learn your chords like G, E minor, C, and D, and then you might feel like you plateau because there's Roman numerals all of a sudden. What do those mean? And why are some capitalized and why are some not? So thank you, Sayada, for bringing that up. That's what this music challenge is going to do. It's just going to explain the language that we use for music. And day 30, the goal is that you will be able to read a melody in music notation. I will have 2 different ones, one for guitar and one for ukulele, so that you can play, and of course for my baritones. So I'm working on the covers now, and they look so cute. I'm going to show you the cover for the PDF. So every year when I make these PDFs, I make them free so that everyone has access to it. So let me show you the guitar cover. So for the guitar challenge, that's the cover. And for the ukulele challenge, that's the cover. So that's been what I've worked on this year. I'm really excited. I hope you'll be excited too. Alrighty, so let's try again, super slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and breathe. Go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you can, add the 1 and let's try that now. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and what are the 3 strings on that, Alexis? Was it CGC on your guitar box? Here we go again. 1, 2, you can do it. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay, let's go slower. 1, 2, thank you, Bo. Ready, go. Now 1 and 2 and breathe. 3 and 4 and take a second to check your posture. Breathe into GDG. Yeah. I was thinking 151. All right. Breathe, stretch. And now somebody asked me for a flamenco chord progression. Let me look that up. I'm thinking the A minor, G, F, E7 or E. But let's see. Yeah. Let me see. Andalusian cadence, okay? A minor, G, F, and E or E7. Ideally, you'd be walking down the fretboard, but I'm not cool enough to do that. Yeah, I'd have to think about that. I don't want to go too high. But it's hard to do this in this sitting position. Let me try it. Do you like that? That's A minor, G, F, and E7. Is this the same online, Esther? It's A minor, G, F, here E7. And if you can speed it up by changing it every 4 beats or 2. All right, so you have a chord progression to work with. Thank you, Michelle, for asking. Yes, if you have any questions, let me know in the chat now. Again, this ukulele and others are available for sale on the Ukulele website. I'm actually having some new ukuleles arriving this week. I'm super excited. They may arrive today. And I think they're all, oh, thank you, Ricky. Thank you so much. Let's drop some green emojis as a thank you to Ricky for the super chat. Woo, raise the roof. Remember when we used to do those during the pandemic? I used to do something every time we got one of those. I used to add clothing, you know, like a reverse strip for, I think I would add clothes every time. Or I would paint facial hair every time there was a super chat. The wigs. Yeah, I remember we had fun with those. That was really fun. I miss those times. Oh, by the way, next month I will not be doing live streams here on YouTube. I will continue my Wednesday and Thursday live streams in Patreon, but not here on YouTube because, oh, thank you, Elena, for buying the Instagram growth guidebook. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's drop some yellow emojis for that. And if somebody can link it again, thank you, thank you. The PDF, it's an instant download. You get it in your computer or your phone or your tablet right away. And it's just gonna tell you how to grow on Instagram, whether it is because of a business or of a hobby, but you can grow. Have you found the pink wig yet? No, I have not found the pink wig yet, but my daughter found my black wig. So one of the things about being Christian is that there's this, like, you know, what is the take on Halloween? Is it bad? Is it good? And because I love costumes and I love dressing up. And so, and my birthday is 10 days before Halloween. So instead of having a birthday party, because when I was pregnant with Danny, it was pandemic, I decided to do, hold on, I'm gonna bring this up. Hold on real quick. Just wait like 10 seconds. I didn't have a birthday party, but what I did do was a small costume party with my closest family members, think like parents and stuff. And um, my mom and my baby were messing around with my storage bin, and Daniela found my wig that I wore. You know Morticia Adams? I dressed up as Morticia, so I was a pregnant Morticia. And I'm trying to pull up the photo on my WhatsApp over here to show it to you. Throwback. Oh, the pants! The pants! Oh, it's not loading. Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can get it. Wednesday's mom. Hold on. Yes, Wednesday's mom. Let me see if I got it. Okay, got it. My daughter found my Morticia wig. There she is wearing my wig. She got into my storage bin. So there's Danny. It's so funny. So she found my black one, is what I'm trying to say. Hi, Tim. But I have not found my pink one. So maybe I'll just ask Danny to look through my stuff and find it. It's so funny. It's so funny. Like it's so cute to see her. Her eyes look even lighter with that wig. Here, I made it a little bigger. I need that wig. Yeah, so I'll ask my mom. My mom is the one person who's got like an internal Rolodex of all of my. Yes, I found my jewelry. My daughter has this little chair, this little couch. It's a Minnie Mouse chair, kind of like a little teeny tiny couch. And that's where she sits in the living room. She loves her little chair. And on her little chair, there's little sliver of a pocket. And she pulled out something from there. She was watching a movie and my mom was cooking. I was here in the office working. And my mom notices that she's playing with jewelry. My mom knows I've been looking for my jewelry forever. My Cal Poly class ring, everything. She can be Latinita. Yes, she is Latinita, but yeah, she's got the lighter features right now. And you know how this is gonna be, maybe this sounds like a crude comparison, but you know how, like, those of you who have dogs or cats and they get something in their mouth and you want to take it away and they just run or they close their snouts even tighter? My mom had kind of a moment like that with Danny where she couldn't act like she really wanted the jewelry from her little hands because she knew, like, Danny was gonna book it and hide it somewhere. So my mom was like, "Oh, chopping, what's that you're playing with?" And Danny has the audacity to say, "Mommy's jewelry that I stole from her." Excuse me, child, you were 3.5. Mommy's jewelry that I stole from her. And my mom's like chopping, like, "Oh yeah?" And she's trying to lure her. And she's like, "Well, I need to wear some jewelry. You want to put it on me?" And she's like, "Okay." And so that's how my mom got. But yeah, grandma knows this strategy. Yeah. And I asked my mom, like, was I like this when I was young? I'm crying, laughing. And she says, no, like, you were not this witty and cheeky like she is. She's like, you were sensitive like she is. Dana's very sensitive. She's very quick to cry and express her feelings if something hurts her. But the wittiness and cheekiness and like mischievous, she's mischievous. She said, that was not you. That's all her. That's all new. So yeah, my mom's learned now. Kit Kat's learned now too. I stole my father's camera when I was about 7. What prompted my photography career? Well, if Danny works in jewelry, I will be very excited. Alrighty, friends. Well, I hope that you had fun today learning some percussive mess behind Miss Jeans. You know, Jaima's not really mischievous either. This is all her. It's the 50% that is on you. That's, I think, I used to break things and hide them. See, Danny doesn't, when she breaks something, she brings it up to us right away. She's like, fix it. Maybe she learned that from Kid Kat. Yeah, our Secretariat, my dog, he's the kind that if he gets something in his mouth, he'll pull it in his mouth and hide it, and then close his mouth and pretend he doesn't have anything. But his tail wags like this, low. It's a low wag close to his leg, so he wags like this, so you know something's up. That's his tail. She's gonna be a jewelry or make a thief. Got it. Another great lesson. Thank you, Eva. It was so nice to see you here. I hope that you have a wonderful back to school this week. Back to school is such an exciting, stressful, but exciting time. My baby bird used to fly away with it. Oh. Years ago, our youngest daughter stuck a bead up her nose so we wouldn't see it. When in bed, we saw it. We had to go to the ER. It turned out to be an expensive bead. Wow. I actually have to check Danny's nose because she did get a bloody nose last night. And I didn't know if bloody noses are... I mean, she had COVID this past week, so... This COVID was different, though. If you told me, oh, she's got a cold, I would have been like, yeah. So she had COVID. The air is really dry. She did take some Motrin, so I don't know if any of those things caused the nosebleed. Yeah, she had a nosebleed last night, which is why we were up late. Why I didn't do my hair. So I looked it up, like what causes nosebleeds in 3-year-olds, and it's like anything. They're growing, they're changing. It could be for no reason. She pulled it off the Christmas tree. Oh my goodness. Thankfully, Danny, to this day, has not been the kind to stick things in her mouth or nose. Thankfully. So I didn't, another search result said that sometimes kids get nosebleeds if they have something lodged in their nose. So I didn't want to flip her upside down and look up there, but she seems okay now. So I think it's just, we have really dry air here. My friend used to get nosebleeds from laughing. See, Danny said she hit herself, but Danny's really sensitive. She's the kind that if she hits herself enough to bleed, she'll be crying. I was folding laundry, looking at the laundry. She was 1.5 feet away from me. And then I just see the blood, and I'm like, what happened? And she's like, a pirate came and hit me with his hook. And I'm like, no, Daniela, this is not time to play. What happened? And then she said, I hit myself. And I'm like, are you just making up stories? I was like, where did you hit yourself? And she says, right here on the table, which seemed feasible, but again, like I feel like she would have cried if she hit herself that hard. So, children, anything can happen. Alrighty, friends. Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. If you'd like to join us for our musical units, we're doing ear training on Thursday at 12 p.m. Pacific, same time as this was. And if you want to watch the replay, you can. Just join the Patreon community at the silver level or above. Thank you, everyone. Take care and see you soon. Ciao.